Time now to hear from Ken White, Chair of our Water Levels Committee, with this report update. Take it away, Ken.
All right. I'm going to take 5 or so minutes and talk about water levels here. I am really glad water levels isn't the big issue this year, but it was. So anyhow, we'll walk you through a bunch of slides here. Last year, in June 14th, we hit 5.68 feet above chart datum. And, that was extremely high. This time last year for the AGM, we were at 5 feet on average. So it hadn't gone down much from the peak in June. This year at our AGM this week, we are at 3 feet above chart datum. Clearly, we are 2 feet lower today than we were a year ago for the AGM. That's just wonderful news. This is a photo taken last week of my docks, and just to prove that they're still there for me. And there is 20 inches right now of dock showing there, and because the water was 4 to 5 inches deep on the docks this time last year. All right, now I'm going to take you back through some water level stuff because there are a few data geeks out there, and but I'm going to do it in pictures. Now, if you see the red area on there, that's the projection that we faced back beginning of the year in January. 3 peaks, 2018, 2019, and 2020. Well, that'll get my dog. Anyhow, here's January. Now, watch the progression through. There's the prediction, the red area showing super high peaks. And then gradually they began to say, my gosh, it's drier. We're not going to have bad water levels. And lo and behold, the July prediction from the IJC is we're going to be just running just above average levels, which is absolutely wonderful. Now, back to January again, 2020. This is just the 1 year graph, and you can see, I don't know whether you could see my mouse or not, but and there we go. Right in here, the beginning of the year, our water level in 2020 was higher, substantially higher than in 2019 that flooded us. So everybody was worried, and the predictions were above 2019. Well, the good news is about the middle of April, this rising curve suddenly flattened right out and crossed underneath. This was the greatest news I've seen. This is the prediction in the beginning of May. So everybody got excited there. Why? Simple. It was dry. We didn't have lots of rain. We've got filled Great Lakes, but it doesn't matter. So a little bit about the Water Level Committee. It began a year ago, beginning of August last year. We didn't know what the heck the story was in water levels, and Peter said, let's find out. So I've been blessed with, there are 5 of us working together: Vince Barton, Dan McWilliam, Thornley Stoker, Paula Lohr, myself, all have kind of teamed up together to learn more about water levels. We amazingly pulled off an event called a River Talk in Gann at the Gann Inn in October, on October 5th, attended by 120 people and 3 different speakers on the issue to kind of inform people. Thornley stirred up a House of Commons petition, and Stephanie posted all the info we needed to get that done. And I forget how many signatures we had, but we had a bunch. The end of October, we wrote letters to all of the proper organizations on both sides of the border, representing, signed on with organizations representing 125,000 people. So the TIA has become an authoritative source on water levels. And probably the culmination of that was we were invited to speak in Ottawa at a meeting set up by MP Mark Garrettson to address 15 MPs and their staff right there across the street from Parliament. There's the gang on the left. And we passed them a few messages. We said, water's a complicated problem. The Great Lakes are filled up, and they're still full. Huron in Michigan is really full right now. We've got problems with Plan 2014. It's unbalanced. The seaway system's not really designed for that much water, and there's big economic and social issues out there. Well, TIA's approach was we took this sign to repeal Plan 2014 and kind of marked it up a little bit. We want to repair it. So that was our advice to the MPs there, to everybody we consulted with. And we said, and by the way, pray for a warm 2020 weather and much less precipitation in the spring compared to 2019. Well, guess what? Our prayers were answered. So the end of the talk, the big message we left behind outside of a whole program on how to proceed with the water levels issue is to make really clear that the St. Lawrence Seaway hydrologic system cannot accommodate today's Great Lakes outflows without flooding and massive shoreline damage. That is a fact. So if the 5 years of rain, all record-breaking, if that continues, we're in deep doo-doo and have to redig the seaway, literally, or flood the shore. So in any case, that's it from me. That's your water levels update.